Hashire soyiro, kase no yu ni, tsuki mihara wo, padoru. Happy Christmas season, everyone. And with this season of giving, let's see what needs to be taken away. Live action adaptations. Now, Attack on Titan, Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, all bangers as animes. Yet, when we take them from the animation to the live action, they just suck. Why is that? Hello everyone, Ren here, or Alias, and today I shall discuss what makes a live action adaptation suck. Quick disclaimer, this avatar is a sample. It's called the Falconeer Snow VKET 2022 Winter by Chibideko. So if you want to check it out, go ahead. That's why you see this. It tells you how to control the avatar. But enough about this winter avatar. Now, the answer as to why live action adaptations suck is quite simple. They don't use their medium correctly. Animation is a fantastic medium. Every single pixel on the screen was placed there by someone, either by mistake or on purpose. This means there are no watches, there are no Starbucks cups, there's nothing that's not supposed to be there. Animation also allows for the over-exaggeration of gestures. A scene that comes to mind is when the Beast Titan throws a rock. His arm kinda whips back and throws it forward. Animation makes it look more like a whip to really show you how much force it had behind it. Animation also brings a suspension of disbelief. Even this is not animation. This is me on full body tracking on VR chat. Whatever I say, it's easier for you to digest because there's an extra layer of disbelief. So if I say something cringe, it wouldn't be as cringe as if I said it like on facecam. That's why if you talk like an anime person in real life, it sounds cringe as hell. Somebody did that for a Breaking Bad scene where they had like the anime like, oh, I am the one who knocks, like that over exaggeration on the normal scene, and of course it was completely out of place. That's the first problem of live action adaptations. Adapting from a manga requires a rework of the script. Even if it's like relatively realistic, like a rom-com or a slice of life, it needs major reworks. Like the toast on mouth, that trope will never work IRL. One of my favorite manhwas, Cherry Blossoms After Winter, got a live action adaptation. It was a Korean soap opera, but they had a major mistake. They didn't rework the script. And there's a scene on the manhwa where the two romantic leads, it's a tease, how like it was an almost kiss. They were eating a sweet bun, but the cream was about to drop. So the other guy went to lick the sweet bun, and then they lock eyes because they almost kiss. Like it was an indirect kiss, quote unquote, because they were connected by the sweet bun. And you know, it's pretty tropey. Like of course that wouldn't happen IRL. So on the live action, they kept that scene and they didn't rework a goddamn thing of it. And when I saw it, it made my toes curl 180 degrees back. It made my penis retract into my own body. My balls went back to prepubescence place. It was the cringiest scene I've ever seen on a soap opera. And of course in the manhwa, the scene is like meant to be like, oh, it's a moment that lasts a long time. But it's a manhwa, you get to choose your own pace. On the live action, they just shot like a minute of different camera angles. It's like they were showcasing a new iPhone. And it didn't feel like the moment was frozen in time. It felt like two dudes just looking at each other for an extended period of time. The scene should have been better written. The scene was maladapted. And again, it works on the manhwa because there's a suspension of disbelief like, oh, of course this is anime. This won't happen IRL, so it's not too cringy. And there is ways to write almost kisses in live action. You could have had the typical like, oh, maybe they drop something. And when they go, maybe they drop something. And when they go back up, like one is looking here and the other one's looking down here, and and that's how they lock eyes. And that would have been a way better, not cringy scene, because it's more realistic than licking sweet cream out of a sweet bun and locking eyes for 2 fucking minutes. And with that scene, you can see anime tropes do not translate well into live action. Do not try to flirt with a girl by talking like Sasuke or Eren Yeager. You'll end up on a list and with no bitches. Ask the great Charlie Moist Critical White. He tried to do that for the first year of college, and he has countless stories on why that didn't work. Now, you may say, oh, that was just cringy rom-com. Surely an action anime will be a lot better shot, and I'm here to tell you. Not exactly. Another show that I've seen that I'm a fan of and got a live-action adaptation is Kakegurui. It's a gambling anime, and if you've seen it, you know that a big selling point of the anime is the close-up faces. So, of course, that wouldn't translate well. That's using the anime medium to its fullest. A smile won't go to your actual ears, your eyes won't actually get dilated, and you won't glow. Yet, the live-action director didn't realize this and decided to make a loyal adaptation even if it didn't fit. There's a couple of screenshots that I would like to share with you. The first one is our main girl and the main female friend. When they get excited, their eyes glow in the anime, and they glow red and yellow respectively. And of course, the anime, you know, it looks fine. It's meant to show emotion. Yet in the live action, it just looks fucking cringe. It looks like a satire of the actual show instead of trying to sell you the actual show. Another thing is to show concentration or again emotion. They make the pupils tiny, so there's more white and a tiny pupil. It works on drawing because it's an exaggerated emotion. And in live action, doesn't translate too well. And now you may say, okay, those are the visual effects. What about the writing? The writing was cringy. They talked like anime characters, and that will never translate well. And you know the anime narration, like, he made Pikachu use this move that makes this thing happen, and now his opponent is thinking this. You know, that's to show the inner monologue, a process, to explain a power. They just have the main dude run to the fucking camera, look directly at it, and give the explanation. It interrupts the flow of the show extremely badly. They should have done the inner monologue narration, the echoey. That would have worked better. Now, does this mean all live action adaptations are doomed? Of course not. Only an idiot will write off a whole medium because there's a couple of bad things in it. Now, it is an uphill battle, but we do have examples of it being successful. And I'm gonna cheat using Western examples. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Dune, they're all technically live action adaptations, and they work very well. But the stigma isn't really with those, because the whole MCU is technically a live action adaptation. And even though it's not doing too hot recently, up until Endgame, it was pretty decent. Now, let's go with Eastern live action adaptations, because those tend to suffer more. Now, I've heard the One Piece live action is quite decent, and from the scenes I've seen, it does look good. But I'm an avid One Piece hater, and I want to make a point towards live action adaptations. And getting someone to watch One Piece will always be detrimental. So let's go with one I actually like. Alita Battle Angel. Even though it had like a mixed reception among fans, it was pretty decent in my opinion. I haven't read the manga, I've only seen the old show. And compared to the old show, it's a lot better pace, and you may say, oh, it skipped some development. In my opinion, it kept the important parts. It was like trimming the fat off, you know? Like, yeah, if you watch the show, you'll get a lot more development, but it was a good gateway to it, in case you wanted to read the manga. It certainly interested me in the manga, but I haven't bought it, and I don't think I will, simply because I'm just waiting to see the next movie. The script was also really well done by unanimifying it. It felt very real, and even there's a climax scene where there's someone hanging, and they're giving like their final speech, and it was very well shot. It didn't feel too overly dramatic. It felt rightly toned. So yeah, so there's still hope for live action adaptations, but it is a tall order to make one. Cause one, you need to stick close to the original material, cause live action adaptations come with an audience already. You don't want to end up making a Halo TV show. You also gotta cast the right people that can give the right performance. Because it's no longer just the author writing these characters. Now somebody has to become these characters. Then you have to rewrite the script to unanimify it, but yet still contain the main message of it. It is a goddamn uphill battle, and that's why we have way more failures than we have successes. So, next time you see a live action adaptation, give it a chance. If anything, if not for anything, for the lulz. Well, this has been all. This has been Ren, or Alias. Bye bye.